Hi, welcome to Centerville Reports Today. I'm Maureen Russell Hodson. Voters on November 7th will have an issue number 3, that they'll have the opportunity to vote on. Here to tell us more about that, which is the Human Services Levy, we have Deputy Mayor of Centerville, Belinda Kenley, and Montgomery County Commissioner Judy Dodge. And thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
We talk about Human Services Levy. When we say Human Services, what is that levy all about?
Maureen, human services are a critical part of our community, and this levy provides a multitude of services to children who are at risk of abuse and neglect, the frail elderly in our community, individuals dealing with opioid crisis and mental health issues, even public health issues with immunizations and restaurant inspections.
So it's really like our everyday living that affects everybody in Montgomery County.
Yeah,
right?
There's
Just
about 50,000 of our vulnerable citizens are basically helped through this Human Services Levy. By the way, no increase in taxes on this levy. It's simply a renewal. And again, these are our most vulnerable citizens here. And you might be thinking, well, I don't have a relative that has any problems. Well, guess what? It's your public health. That is funded through the Human Services Levy. So school immunizations, when you go to a restaurant, they check all the restaurants to make sure that the food is cooked properly.
By the levy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that really does affect everybody.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Well, we have some information that we want to show you real quickly that tells you a little bit more about the levy. So we'll take a look at that.
In every Montgomery County community, children, adults, and families need human services. Vulnerable children at risk of abuse and neglect, unemployed people looking for jobs who need supportive services, adults and children born with developmental disabilities, and frail seniors who want to stay in their own homes. Human Services help fight the drug and alcohol epidemics and protect our public health with immunizations and health inspections. And local experts, citizen volunteers, and independent business leaders review them every year. The Human Services Levy on this November's ballot provides more than half the funding for these critical, effective, life-changing services. Almost anyone could need human services one day. More than 50,000 people across Montgomery County need them now. For more information, please visit www.protecthumanservices.com.
So a couple things there in that spot that was talked about. One is that it's a renewal. So you had mentioned before, no increase.
No.
So for people who may not be familiar with what a renewal is, please explain that.
Okay. Well, it's no increase in your taxes. So you don't have to worry when you get your tax bill that you've got a little bit extra added on because you voted for this Human Services Levy. It is not going to increase your taxes at all.
So if you're paying, probably right now it's about $15 per $100,000 of property value, that will stay the same.
Stay the same.
No increase in taxes.
So if you support this, you won't see an increase in your taxes.
That's correct.
But you would be continuing these services for all these folks who are benefiting from it.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it's absolutely critical. We have just a wonderful, wonderful county, a wonderful community from Centerville, Vandalia, Trotwood, Miamisburg. They have always been so supportive of these Human Services Levy. They always vote 60% and above in support of these Human Services Levy, because you never know when you're going to be the next one that's going to be affected in some way. Just think of the Meals on Wheels. We've talked about this. Yes. That's the only person perhaps sometimes you see all day is someone that knocks at the door around 11 o'clock and gives you your lunch. And that's,
That human contact is so important.
So
when we
important,
talk about
yeah.
that. Yeah, the food service is important,
Yeah.
but that human element is very critical as well.
Robert and I are very grateful. When his mother was living, she was able to stay in her home a couple years longer than we would have thought possible because of the services that the Area Agency on Aging provided, including Meals on Wheels. So this touches individuals across the county, many in Centerville, as well as all the surrounding communities.
And our Centerville Council is supporting the levy
Yes.
as well, right?
Yes, I presented a couple weeks ago at our council meeting, and all of the council members have agreed to endorse this. So we're very pleased with that.
And you talked about Area Agency on Aging, but there are some agencies that really do benefit, 5 in particular, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So that would be the Area Agency on Aging, Children's Services, the Montgomery County Board of Developmental Disabilities, Public Health,
And ADAMAS, which is Montgomery County Alcohol and Drug Addiction. Yes,
and
exactly.
mental health services,
Right,
right?
yeah.
So we really are talking about the gamut, really touching
Absolutely.
every resident of Montgomery County, and certainly we talked the benefit for Centerville residents
yes,
as well.
yes, very important.
One of the increases I think that we've seen at Children's Services is, with the drug addiction out there, there are so many children that have been taken from their families. And so we've had to, really bring in more foster families to basically help these kids go through this, horrible crisis that their family is facing. So that's been a big increase that Children's Services has needed this time. So,
And in our community, we've been hit hard by the opioid crisis. We hear about it regularly. Our police are well aware of it. And so, again, the Alcohol, Drug Addiction, and Mental Health organization provides services for those individuals.
In Montgomery County, voters have really a long-standing record of passing this levy. So it goes back for how many years?
Montgomery County is very unique. I think we're the only other county in the state that has what's called the Human Services levies. Now there's Levy A and Levy B. In 1984, the community, business leaders and government leaders came together and said, we just can't keep putting a children's services levy on, a hospital levy on, a mental health levy on. Let's combine them, make it more cost effective, and that way it won't be every year there's 2 or 3 levies on the ballot. So we're very unique in Montgomery County, and the voters have approved this time and again, and so we're very fortunate. So thank you, voters.
Yeah, that's a smart way of thinking to combine that.
Exactly.
And so this is the only time that you'll see that levy for all of these services. They always come together, right?
They come together, yes. You'll never have a separate
you'll have
levy
separate
for the
levies
human
for that.
services, yeah.
Let's talk about the opposite side. Let's say, for whatever reason, this would fail. If this doesn't pass, what is Montgomery County going to look like for these services?
We don't even want to think about that. We are asking our voters to please support this. There's no increase in taxes, and this levy provides not just $50 million annually to support these agencies, but also some of the state and federal grants that we get in the county. This levy provides matching dollars. So it's not just the $50 million that would go away.
That's so important for people that maybe they don't understand.
Yeah.
that.
Right.
So this has to pass in order to get matching dollars
That's
for other
correct.
programs.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's critical.
Okay, and so if people wanted more information, I know you have yard signs out, but there's
Yes.
a website that they can go to as well, right?
Yeah. KeepMontgomeryHumanServices.com. KeepMontgomeryHumanServices.com. We're always looking for volunteers to knock on doors, make phone calls, get signs out. So just look that up if you're interested.
And then there's still
We'd love
time
to
for
have
that.
you.
There's time
Oh,
for
yeah,
people to get
absolutely.
on to volunteer, to get a yard sign. Can you go there as well for that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep.
We're also on Facebook. So for those of you who like social media like I do, and Twitter as well, Twitter is at Keep Human Services. So please follow the campaign, support us. I'm asking Centerville voters to please support this levy renewal. It will not increase taxes, and it provides critical services to our community as well as all the surrounding ones in Montgomery County.
I think for a lot of voters that might be a key. It doesn't increase your taxes. So if people, when you get your tax, I don't know how people actually look and see the breakdown, but that's a good thing to do, and you can kind of see all the good things that your taxes are paying for.
Right.
And this certainly it would be one of them as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's just so critical. And again, and I think we've both said that, our community is so, when people are down there, right there, helping them up. And so I know our community is going to step up and support this. And we thank you and we appreciate it because it is so critical. These, again, are your most vulnerable citizens. And another thing, some of our individuals that have developmental disabilities, we have all sorts of programs for them, as well as helping them get jobs. There's a job center there that they actually work with these individuals to make them become, self-supporting individuals, and what a wonderful thing that is.
Yeah, I just wanted again to review those 5 main agencies, because those are, again, agencies that are touching all of us. And I don't know, Belinda, if you want to review them, but I know we started with Montgomery County Board of Developmental Disability Services, which we've talked about.
And then public health, which keeps us all healthy with immunizations. And to someone like me who doesn't cook very often, I eat in restaurants a lot, it's important that public health inspects those restaurants to make sure that we stay healthy.
Well, we know nationally when some chain restaurants have had some
Right.
issues, and maybe an illness will go through a whole community very quickly.
Yes. And then again, the Area Agency on Aging, Montgomery County Children's Services, and
Adamus.
Adamus.
Alcohol, drug
Alcohol,
addiction,
drug addic-
mental
yeah,
health services.
mental health.
And if you're interested to know what these organizations do, definitely go to the website so that you can look them up, so that you can find out more information, so that when you go to vote, you really have the knowledge and understanding of what you're voting for and what services these organizations are providing, and that this levy will sustain as well.
Absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
too, there is a committee that oversees how the funds are allocated. I don't think we've talked about that
So
yet.
this money is not just being spent willy-nilly.
No.
You said $50 million.
A group of business, government, and community leaders,
And financial experts.
yes, are on a council that oversees how these dollars are spent to make sure that every penny is spent wisely and is allocated to the right places to serve the needs of our community.
Again, it is issue 3, and you two ladies are both asking for support from Montgomery County as well as from the city, and as we said, our council
Yes.
is supporting this as well.
That's right. So I'm asking again, all Centerville viewers, please vote for the renewal of this levy. No new taxes, provides critical services. Thank you.
Yeah, and again, we want to remind folks that you can go to keepmontgomeryhumanservices.com for more information. You can also check out their Facebook page. You can also follow
Twitter,
them on
Twitter.
Twitter. But there's a lot of information, and of course, I'm sure, Belinda, you'll take phone calls and
Of course.
be willing if any residents have questions
Sure.
for you. And
In fact, I'll give you my cell phone number. I'm happy to answer any questions. 937-974-1549. Feel free to call me, and I'll help you with any questions.
all right.
And another thing, voting starts October 11th. So individuals can go vote early.
Early voting.
So early voting, October 11th, and that's right around the corner. So.
It really is. All right, well, ladies, thank you so much for sharing the information. We'll show your spot again as we close. For more information, you can call the City of Centerville at 433-7151 or visit our website, which is centervilleohio.gov. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
In every Montgomery County community, children, adults, and families need human services. Vulnerable children at risk of abuse and neglect. Unemployed people looking for jobs who need supportive services. Adults and children born with developmental disabilities. And frail seniors who want to stay in their own homes. Human Services help fight the drug and alcohol epidemics and protect our public health with immunizations and health inspections. And local experts, citizen volunteers, and independent business leaders review them every year. The Human Services Levy on this November's ballot provides more than half the funding for these critical, effective, life-changing services. Almost anyone could need human services one day. More than 50,000 people across Montgomery County need them now. For more information, please visit www.protecthumanservices.com.